Blackburn Rovers taken to the cleaners yet again as a record breaker looks set to depart for the Premier League. Who am I talking about? What's it all about? We'll get into it next. With another video today. It's a transfer video, and it's a transfer going out of Ewood Park, and we'll get to it in a second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers is right here under Roverseas. As we enter the silly season, transfers are all over the place. Rumours, that is, both in and out. And today, it's about a player leaving. This one is very close to being confirmed. And it's not good news. We'll get into it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash your subscribe. Who am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this kid right here, Rory Finneran. That's right. Who is he? Well, he's a record breaker for Blackburn Rovers, of course, making his debut this year in the FA Cup at just 15 years of age. Goodness gracious me. Where was I when I was 15? You don't want to know. Anyway, the articles are all over the place right now, but I'm just taking this one as an example. Chronicle Live. Nope. He is, of course, on the verge of joining Newcastle United, and what I'm understanding is that the deal is for free. It's not good news, Rovers. It's not good news. I'm not saying we could have got millions upon millions for the lad, but contract does expire. His I think it was a youth contract, perhaps. And now Newcastle swooping in there to take him over to St James's Park, and of course maybe secure his long-term future. But what I can say right here, right now, is to you, Rory Finneran. I know it's probably too late in the grand scheme of things, but the grass is not always greener. Of course, I want to tell you, and of course the Rovers fans out there, that the academy at Blackburn is one of the best in the bloody country. Of course, not it's not just one of the best in the league, it's one of the best in the country. We've had great success rates of players coming through the academy and making first team football. A lot of the higher echelon Premier League clubs, they do have academies, but their success rate in churning out first team regulars is pretty low. I'm not saying that to be bitter. I just want some realization that you might probably making a move, and what may appear to be good in the short term of things, but long term, have you made the right decision? So let's take a little look at Mr. Finneran. I ain't got much on him, but we'll talk a little bit about him, as of course he is set to depart. He is 16 now. Of course, his birthday was back in 29th of Feb. He's one of them weird ones where, of course, he was born on a leap year. That's right. So technically, he's like 4 years old, really. But he plays in the defensive midfield ranks, and of course, he's in a Lewis Travis sort of mold. Got a bit of bite to him. Got a bit of a little bit about him in that position. Here he is making his debut, first team, of course, in the FA Cup against Cambridge, replacing Sammy Smutcher. One Irishman for another. Two kind of, I'd say, different kind of midfielders there, but well done to JDT for, of course, giving Rory Finneran the chance to be a record breaker, coming on here to make his debut in what looks to be his one and only senior appearance for Blackburn Rovers. Let's take a little closer look at him then, of course, over the course of time. And the time is not very much, but he has played some football at some stages of his career. Go back a bit there. As you can see, can play all over the park here, straight down the middle, but prefers the defensive midfield slot. So he can play, and again, a lot of these positions, they were played over the course of his youth career, which is still very raw, and we're talking about playing in the Premier League 2, playing in the Premier League under-18s, all that kind of stuff. So these positions, it's more just square pegs, round holes sort of thing. So I wouldn't look too much into all of this, but he definitely prefers the defensive midfield slot as his bread and butter, should we say. Of course, this is his resume for Rovers senior team here. He was on the bench way back on the 12th of December 2023. That was actually the last game I saw on the watch-alongs before I made the trips to watch Southampton and Watford and Huddersfield. Well, of course, we lost all three of those. Not a great time for me, but Finneran and I were breathing the same oxygen. That's right. So he was on the bench. Actually, he was not on the bench at all in these. So tell a lie. So let's take a look at his resume then, shall we? Of course, just the one sort of cameo for himself over in the senior squad in the Championship. He did make the bench for the match against Bristol City, which we did win, so maybe a bit of a lucky penny for him there. And of course, this is his FA Cup exploits as well. He was on the bench for the Newcastle United game, but of course he made his debut against Cambridge, the 5-2 result, just playing the 1 minute. I know it doesn't appear to be much, but it is a significant deal, of course. And of course, on the bench against Newcastle, which, kind of maybe did that sort of swing the vote there for the Geordies, of course, as we lost 5-4 on aggregate. Of course, quick look at the stats then overall then for Mr. Finneran. Of course, played 12 at the under-18s, of course 7 at Premier League 2, and his FA Cup appearance, of course, making an appearance sitting on the bench in the Championship, of course. And again, not a goal scorer, of course, more of a hard-working midfielder, a man that pulls the strings, perhaps. And he has, of course, got some caps at Irish youth level, whether it's under-15s and under-17s. Now, of course, there's not too much I could say about this. This is a youth player. I'm not going to get too bent up about this, but I am a little bit pissed. Of course, I was excited about Mr. Finneran, and I thought maybe he would have a reasonable early career at Blackburn Rovers. And of course, those thoughts appear to be dashed. But let's take a look at a couple of examples that have made their way through the academy over in recent years. Of course, the most prominent one as of right now is Adam Wharton. Of course, was playing Championship football for Blackburn Rovers just early this past season, early into 2023, 2024. Was playing Championship football and regular, and of course at the time I think he was 19 years of age. Then of course we look at Ashley Phillips, a little bit younger than Adam Wharton, of course, and made the switch. £2 million move. We got a little bit of money for him, and hopefully there's some sort of layered incentives in that deal for Ashley Phillips further down the road, like if he was to make a move to a Manchester United or a City or a Barcelona, should we say. Hopefully there's some contract bits in there that could work in our favours. And same for this one. There might be. I don't know. I'm not a financial guru. I don't know the ins and outs of contracts. I played a little bit of Football Manager, but my understanding is if this kid leaves for free, I don't know. I don't expect there to be anything layered in his future moves. So I think we might be taken to the cleaners here. I don't think we're getting any money whatsoever. Contract expires. It's not been announced by Blackburn Rovers, but of course Newcastle. I don't think we're proud of this. I don't think Blackburn Rovers are proud of this potential deal happening. It's just another one of those poor handlings of assets. I know it's a difficult one because he is just 16. He's not a player of 17, 18, where of course you can tie him down to a more senior contract and have a little bit of a clause in the deal, sort of thing. So it hurts to lose a potential talent such as this. But let's take a broader look. And I don't want to disrespect Mr. Finneran because I think he could be a special player. But he could also not be a special player. He's only 16 years of age. And of course, going to a big club by Newcastle, you might get a little bit ahead of yourself. We've seen a lot of, I would say, maybe I'll put this conundrum to you folks. The success rate of players making or switching to a Premier League club as a youth, as an under-18, what is that? Of course, I don't think it's 100% for sure. It's not 100%. And I don't even know if it's as high as 50%. So you're taking a bit of a gamble yourself. The kid has got talent, no questions asked. There's no way JDT, a man of experience who's been around Europe a little bit now, of course, Swedish coach, wouldn't have put Finneran on the bench, let alone start a match for Blackburn Rovers if he didn't think he had any quality about them. So he has got quality. It's just about maintaining that clear head, level-headedness, and remain grounded, of course, when you make a move to Newcastle United. Now, again, I wish you all the best, Mr. Finneran. It does look like you're on the way out, but I do feel a little bit that you've taken us for a ride here, and that's what hurts me the most in football. Really, is how easily establishments, clubs like us, and it happens around even, and we are because there's a video coming up. There's There's it's the life cycle of football, I guess. Every deal involves somebody getting screwed over. We even got screwed over, really, if you think about it, about the Adam Wharton deal. He's actually, not only did he succeed at Crystal Palace so far in his early time, but he's gone on to flourish and be in the England reckoning for Euro 2024. But yes, everybody gets. There's at least one person or club or one party gets screwed over, and it looks like we are going to get screwed over by Mr. Finneran making a move to Newcastle. What are your thoughts about us losing yet another asset? Of course, Phillips being one last season, now Finneran. Of course, we do have a couple of other hot prospects that we do need to keep a hold on as well if we are going to make this academy worth its while. I'm a little bit bitter about it. I don't like to see things happen like this, and I was hoping that we were on a more direct path in that regard. But it looks like there's still some kinks in the ironing to be ironed out. Anyway, of course, that's going to happen over the next day or so. I'm sure we're going to get confirmation from Rovers very, very soon, if not Newcastle United. But until then, Finneran, first player out of Blackburn Rovers. Who's going to be coming in? I've got a video coming at you very, very soon about a player coming in. So it's us to do the rinsing of a team. We'll talk about that and more another time. Until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. Until then, we are done.